and they just look like so, like...
I'm not avoiding marriage, I'm avoiding divorce.
You know? Like, not like this.
Like that?
Just like, you know, like, pretend my tattoos are gone. Dude, I look crazy.
You do look crazy.
Like, that's why guys don't want to wife me up.
Tats on your arms that your
and I just come to this realization today. See? I thought these men wanted, like, you know, big, strong, tough girls. I don't know.
She's having a breakdown.
I feel like all of them are like super girly, and all these guys are like, yeah, that's my girl. She's like housewife stuff, and I'm over here like, I own my own business. I'm covered in tattoos. I'm a little spazzy, but that's okay.
No.
We embrace it.
No, it's not okay. No,
but yeah,
I embrace it.
I don't think any guy's gonna wife me up because they can't take me seriously. And I just realized that.
Well, you answered your own question.
Damn.
So this is for the single people. I've been thinking, like, the last few days, like, I can just not imagine ever being with someone ever again. Like,
What?
how do you get to that stage of even, like, meeting someone and then, like, all of a sudden you're just, like, hanging around with them every day? Like, how does that even happen? Like, I don't know whether, like, I'm just going through, like, this phase or, like, this stage of, like, a breakup, even though it was, like, months ago, but, like, I just can't envision it. Like, I just don't think I'm ever going to meet anyone. Like, I'm totally fine being on my own forever, but,
So dark and
like, is this a thing? Like, do people still meet people, or are people just going to be single forever now? Like, I just don't get it.
As a childless woman in my early 40s, I'm constantly thinking about my retirement and what that looks like. And it's always the same, no matter what. And it has been since my 30s, which is to live in a hut or a well-framed cabin in the woods with a community of women.
What?
And we all just, like, grow our own food, make our own preserves, read books, fix everything ourselves, have coffee together in the morning, drink wine at night, have a bunch of cats and dogs and chickens and goats, maybe some horses, pigs, whatever. And then we do really weird shit at night that makes everyone scared to come up to our property and just leaves us alone forever until we all just die in our beds, happy. That sounds like a pretty good retirement.
Men don't want to feel like they're dating another man, especially in today's world with undercover transgenders. The more masculine a woman is, the more the man is going to get paranoid that she was born with a Johnson. Today's modern women took advice from the least attractive women in America, feminists, and wonder why they're still single, which is like taking financial advice from a broke person. And after 30, for most women, they're like the rotting fruit on the forest floor. Why would a man want that when he can pick a fresh one off of the vine? As for the last lady in the video, who talked about a self-sustaining community of cat ladies, those usually never work because double post wall women are the most miserable people out there.
Ooh.
They have a life full of regret and need a cocktail of drugs just to function every day in life. The top comment of the video said, "We don't want tough/strong or a challenge. We're tired. We need peace and softness to balance us out." After a long, hard days of work, the last thing a man wants is to have a shouting match at home. The nose ring is a giveaway. Women will dress up appropriately for interviews and a job, yet won't do the same for a man. You provide me no companionship, yet you rob me of solitude. Should have said temporary companionship because 80% of women filed for divorce. So in reality, a man would rent these women for the full price.
Book a cabin in the woods. That's approved, boy.
I think the issue with modern men and modern women in the dating arena is that there are so many modern men that want traditional women without having to be traditional men. What am I talking about? Let me let him explain.
And typically in an Arab household, the man usually is the provider financially, and that's just how it is.
That is just something I wasn't prepared for.
Most Arab women expect that.
Just like most American people expect the woman to contribute half. Or not half, just contribute.
But you're not dealing with an American woman.
No, but
So-
she'd have to deal with some of my things though too. This was definitely not what I wanted to hear. I thought Moroccan women prioritize family over material things, and I was not anticipating that it would mean I have to be the sole provider for a household. I didn't sign up for this.
So what do you mean you weren't prepared to be a sole provider? Like, who raised some of these men? They are so adamant that they want a traditional woman, but they also want that traditional woman to be modern enough to expect to have to pay bills. This man goes on to say that he wants an independent, financially independent woman who will have his kids and clean and be submissive and all these other things. Why would she do all of that? Like, you realize that the women in here in America won't even take that deal. So they get their passports and they globe trot all over the world trying to find a woman vulnerable enough, desperate enough, in search of citizenship enough to take that deal. This is predatory behavior. When you're looking for a woman who wants to have access to the benefits and the perks and the rights that we have as Americans, because they don't have those rights in their country. But you're going to make her earn it. She's going to have to earn it by you making a mule out of her, expecting her to do more than you're doing. So why should she do all of that for your 50% of the bills? Like, the deal isn't being accepted by American women, and you're realizing that it's not going to be accepted by women in other countries either, because it's a bad deal and you know it. And oftentimes these women in other countries, they're going to expect you to send money back home to their parents and their siblings and their families back home. Like, you think that you're saving money. You're trying to find a good woman for a discount by shopping all around. But she's also going to expect you to provide for her as well. Once you expect a woman to have your child and her ability to work like your ability to work is changed, you're going to have to provide for that woman. But you want her to stay home? How's she going to stay home and work 40 hours a week? Like, some of you have no idea what you're asking. Or maybe you do, but you don't care. Why should she run herself into the ground? And what does she get? A discount on bills? A discount. Because you're not even willing to pay the whole thing. Like, you want provider benefits without having to actually be a provider. You let somebody speak long enough and they'll tell you everything you need to know. And the men are beginning to say the quiet part out loud. We weren't expecting to take care of any woman. American woman, a woman overseas, we were expecting a servant. They're not looking for partnership, they're looking for ownership.
She asked who raised these men, single moms and feminists. Also, she chose one example of a guy who wanted this unrealistic woman, basically created a straw man of an argument. Most passport bros do expect to be the breadwinner to get a traditional wife. It's just that in America,